In the last module, we studied about the molecular orbital treatment and its application to hydrogen molecule ion. We saw that in the molecular orbital treatment, molecular orbitals are constructed by the linear combination of the atomic orbitals. And in the case of hydrogen molecule ion, we have already found out the energies of the two orbitals which are formed by the linear combination of atomic orbitals, and we have also found out the corresponding wave functions. If you remember, our bonding molecular orbital, that is Phi A plus, this was represented by 1 upon 2 into 1 plus s under root psi Ha1 plus psi Hb1. And the corresponding energy for this bonding molecular orbital was Ea plus, which is equal to Eh plus E square upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r plus Qc plus Jk. And then there was another molecular orbital which is called anti-bonding molecular orbital, which is given by the expression 1 upon 2 into 1 minus s under root psi Ha1 minus psi Hb1. And the energy of this anti-bonding molecular orbital was Ea minus equals Eh plus E square upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r plus Qc minus Jk. And we also notice that the energy of the bonding molecular orbital is much less than the energy of the corresponding anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now, the two molecular orbitals which we have got, these can be represented in a diagram as it has been shown here. You can see that there is psi Ha1 atomic orbital and then there is psi Hb1 atomic orbital. These two, when they combine, they form Phi A plus molecular orbital, which is lower in energy, and Phi A minus molecular orbital, which is higher in energy. So this is a schematic representation of the energy of the two orbitals formed by the linear combination of atomic orbitals. And now if we look at the expression of the energy of the two orbitals and see how does this energy vary with the internuclear distance, the corresponding plot is as it is shown here. You can see that in the case of anti-bonding molecular orbital, which is Phi A minus as it is shown here, the energy is continuously increasing. Whereas in the case of bonding molecular orbital, as the hydrogen atoms approach each other, the energy decreases, then it reaches a minima, and after that it increases. So that is the corresponding variation of the energies of the two molecular orbitals. You can also notice here that at the distance where one notices the minima, that is really the molecular bond length of hydrogen molecule ion according to MO theory. And this corresponds to the bond distance of 1.06 angstrom, and the depth is, that means the minima lies at 2.8 electron volt, which we say is the bond energy of hydrogen molecule ion. One can now also look at these molecular orbitals and the corresponding probability densities. You already know that probability densities are given by the square of the molecular orbital. That means the square of the wave function. First, let us look at how the molecular orbitals can be represented. Here you can see that on one in the left hand diagram we have psi Ha1, which is the atomic orbital of hydrogen atom. Its variation is shown. Then we have the psi Hb1, and the bonding molecular orbital which is obtained by the additive combination of these two is shown here, and that is Phi A plus MO. Whereas on the right hand side we have the two atomic orbitals, but psi Hb1 is shown. Why? Because it is a negative combination, and therefore here it passes through the minima, as you can see here. And this minima is very well reflected in the probability density plots. Probability densities, as you know, are the squares of the corresponding wave functions. And in the case of bonding and the anti-bonding molecular orbitals, these are given by these expressions as shown here. You can notice that these plots very clearly show that in the case of anti-bonding molecular orbital, which is shown on the right hand side, there is a minima, there is a zero value in the middle of the bond. Whereas in the case of the bonding molecular orbital, it is not so. The point where one notices a zero value, there is a plane passing through that, and that is what we call a nodal plane. Whereas in the case of the bonding molecular orbital, the probability of finding the electron between the two hydrogen atoms is relatively high, whereas it is zero in the case of the anti-bonding molecular orbital. And that's why, anti-bonding molecular orbital has much higher energy than the bonding molecular orbital. So these probability density plots are really very well able to explain what we observe. After having studied hydrogen molecule ion by the molecular orbital treatment, we will extend our study to the next level, and we will take up the simplest molecule H2. And let's see what one gets through the molecular orbital treatment of hydrogen molecule. Unlike hydrogen molecule ion, hydrogen molecule has two nuclei and two electrons, as it is shown here. Therefore, the total number of terms in the Hamiltonian of the hydrogen molecule would be, as you can see here, number is equal to 10. So, full Hamiltonian of hydrogen molecule will contain 10 terms, and these terms are shown here. If you look at the right hand side of this, the first term represents the kinetic energy of the nucleus A. Second is the kinetic energy of the nucleus B. Then the next two terms represent the kinetic energy of the two electrons which have been labeled 1 and 2. And the remaining 6 terms represent the repulsion between the two nuclei, the repulsion between the two electrons, and the electrostatic attraction between the electron and the nuclei. So in all, there are 10 terms in the Hamiltonian of hydrogen molecule. Now if we apply Born-Oppenheimer approximation, that means nuclei being more massive than electrons, they can be assumed to be stationary, and therefore their kinetic energy terms can be neglected. If we do so, then our Hamiltonian becomes as it is shown here. It is electronic Hamiltonian, He cap, that's equal to minus h square upon 8 pi square me del 1 square, which is the kinetic energy of electron 1, minus h square upon 8 pi square me del 2 square, which is the kinetic energy of electron 2, minus e square upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r1a. This is negative, so it is the electrostatic attraction between electron 1 and the nucleus A. Then the next term is similarly negative, that means it is the electrostatic attraction between electron 1 and the nucleus B. If you look at the next term, that gives us the electrostatic attraction between electron 2 and nucleus A. And then we have also a term which is E square upon 4 pi epsilon 0 R12, which you know is the repulsion terms between the two electrons, and we also have the last term here, which is the repulsion between the two nuclei. R is the internuclear distance, which is fixed here because we are assuming nuclei to be stationary. Now this electronic Hamiltonian, which consists of two kinetic energy terms and four negative terms which represent the electrostatic attraction between the electron and the nuclei, and the two repulsion terms can be rewritten as He cap equals H1A cap plus H2B cap plus H prime cap. H prime cap basically includes the potential energy terms. One must notice here that the terms H1A cap and H2B cap represent the Hamiltonians of electron 1 in atom HA and electron 2 in atom HB respectively. And the rest of the terms are included as the potential energy operator in H prime. Now, after having written the electronic Hamiltonian, which came as a result of the application of the Born-Oppenheimer approximation to the total wave function. Now the next question is the construction of the molecular wave function for hydrogen molecule. Since we are applying molecular orbital treatment, the basic principle will be the same. We have two atoms and their atomic orbitals will be linearly combined, and these two atomic orbitals, when they linearly combine, they form two molecular orbitals. One of them is called bonding molecular orbital and the other one is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now hydrogen molecule has two electrons, and since just like any atomic orbital, a molecular orbital cannot contain more than two electrons, therefore both these electrons will go to the bonding molecular orbital as it is shown in this diagram. And once it happens, then the total molecular wave function for the hydrogen molecule becomes, as you can see here, that the molecular orbital wave function is psi HA plus psi HB, then 1. That means electron 1 is also in the same orbital, and the second psi HA plus psi HB and an electron 2. And that's basically the molecular orbital wave function for the hydrogen molecule. Please notice here that anti-bonding molecular orbital is empty. No electron is present there. And once we have got this, and if we expand this expression, you can see we get phi A, which comes from the bonding molecular orbital, is equal to psi HA1 psi HA2 plus psi HA1 psi HB2 plus psi HB1 psi HA2 plus psi HB1 psi HB2. Now the question is the interpretation of these four terms. If you look at the first term, psi HA1 psi HA2, this represents when both electrons 1 and 2 are on the hydrogen atom nuclei labeled A. Now both electrons are on the same nuclei. So what does it mean? It represents an ionic term. Now look at psi HA1 psi HB2. Here electron 1 is on the nuclei A and electron 2 is on the nuclei B. So it is a covalent term. And next term psi HB1 psi HA2 again is a covalent term because here electron 1 is on the nucleus B and electron 2 is on the nucleus A. And now you can tell us what should be the term psi Hb1, psi Hb2. Yes, both terms are on the nucleus B, so it is another ionic term. So the molecular orbital for hydrogen molecule contains two covalent terms and two ionic terms. That means the wave function has 50% covalent character and 50% ionic character. Now, in the light of this molecular orbital wave function and also the electronic Hamiltonian which we wrote earlier, one can straightway, using the variation principle, calculate the corresponding approximate energy. And this energy is given by the expression as you can see here. EA is equal to integral phi A star bonding molecular orbital He cap phi A BMO d tau. And then in the denominator we have phi A star BMO phi A BMO d tau. And this one can solve, and if the orbital is normalized, then we will have only the numerator. And if one looks at the numerator and substitute the values of the phi A BMO as it has been done here, you can see we have put the four terms, then electronic Hamiltonian, then again come the four terms. And if we open them, each one separately, one gets a big expression. As you can see here, this expression contains 16 terms. So one needs to solve them to calculate the total energy of the hydrogen molecule. And one can do that in principle. We will not go into the details of its solution, but that is how one can calculate the energy of the hydrogen molecule. The above energy expression gives energy minimum of 31.9 electron volt, and at what position? When the bond distance between the two hydrogen atoms is 74 picometers. And if from this energy we subtract the energies of the two hydrogen atoms, we get the corresponding bond energy, which is equal to 4.75 electron volt. If you remember, what was the bond energy for hydrogen molecule ion? It was 2.8 eV. That means here the bond energy is much more. That means it is a stronger bond, and therefore the distance is also less, which is 74 picometers. Now we will focus on total molecular wave function. The first question which will come is, what do we mean here by total molecular wave function? If you remember that whatsoever wave function we have discussed so far, it was only taking into account the spatial coordinates. That means the coordinates of electron and the nuclei in space. So that is called spatial wave function. But there is one more component of this wave function, and that is called spin wave function. This we did not consider earlier because in the case of hydrogen molecule ion, we had only one electron. In hydrogen molecule, we have for the first time two electrons. And then according to the Pauli's principle, you know that the total wave function must be antisymmetric with respect to the exchange of two electrons. This is an essential condition which must be satisfied for electronic wave function, because electrons are ultimately fermions and they obey Fermi-Dirac statistics. So basically it comes from that. Now for any multi-electron system, the total wave function is the product of psi spatial and psi spin. Psi spatial is something which we have already discussed. Now question comes, how to have the corresponding spin wave function. For if there are two electrons, there are four possibilities of the spin combinations. One is spin could be up or down if both electrons are having upward spin. We call it alpha 1, alpha 2. If both electrons have downward spin, we call it beta 1, beta 2. And the third is one possibility that electron 1 has upward spin and electron 2 has downward spin. Another possibility is electron 2 has upward spin and electron 1 has downward spin. Now since electrons are indistinguishable, if you look at alpha 1, alpha 2 and if you interchange 1 and 2, the combination remains the same. Similarly, if you do for beta 1, beta 2 and interchange the two electrons, the combination remains the same. But for the last two, if we change alpha 1, beta 2 and change 1 and 2, it gives the next one, alpha 2 and beta 1. Therefore, one has combination which is possible, alpha 1, beta 2 plus alpha 2, beta 1. This is with respect to the exchange of electrons. You can see it is the same and it is symmetric. On the other hand, we can have another combination which is as it is given here, 1 upon under root 2 alpha 1 beta 2 minus alpha 2 beta 1. But since there is a minus and if you now interchange electron 1 and 2, it becomes antisymmetric. So for two electrons, we have four combinations. One is alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2, and then we have 1 upon under root 2 alpha 1 beta 2 plus alpha 2 beta 1. And lastly, antisymmetry combination which is 1 upon under root 2 alpha 1 beta 2 minus alpha 2 beta 1. Having obtained the spin wave functions for two electron system, now let's come to the total molecular orbital wave function for hydrogen molecule. Since the total wave function should be antisymmetric, therefore you can see here that one must have our special wave function which is psi HA plus psi HB1 and then psi HA plus psi HB2. This is already symmetric because if you interchange 1 and 2, special part remains same. So this special wave function must be multiplied with antisymmetric spin function, and that is 1 upon under root 2 alpha 1 beta 2 minus alpha 2 beta 1. So that becomes the total electronic wave function, and this electronic wave function, as you can notice here, is totally antisymmetric, and that is what it should be according to the Pauli's principle. One thing which I would like to add here, and that is the concept of spin multiplicity. Please notice that the number of spin states which are associated with any wave function, they determine the multiplicity of that state. Now the molecular orbital wave function for hydrogen molecule which we just discussed, here there is only one spin wave function which makes the total wave function antisymmetric. Therefore one can say that when the two electrons will enter bonding molecular orbital, they will be with opposite spins, and that means the total spin will be 0 and the spin multiplicity which is given by 2s plus 1, that will be 1. That means one can say that the ground state of hydrogen molecule will be singlet. So this is the very important concept which you should remember. So today in this module, we have studied the molecular orbital treatment of hydrogen molecule. In the last module, we had studied about hydrogen molecule ion, and we noted there that the binding energy was 2.8 electron volt and the corresponding bond distance was 1.06 angstrom. In the case of hydrogen molecule, we noted that again the molecular orbitals are constructed by the linear combination of the atomic orbitals, and we noted also that the wave function which we propose that has 50% ionic and the 50% covalent contributions. And lastly, we also discussed the concept of the total molecular wave function for electronic system, and that is size spatial and size spin. We found out the total wave function which should be antisymmetric, and we wrote that and explained that. And we also noted that in the case of hydrogen molecule, the corresponding binding energy comes to be equal to 2.8 electron volt, and also noted that the corresponding bond distance in the case of hydrogen molecule is much shorter than in the case of hydrogen molecule ion.